Hello, 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 hello. Okay, perfect. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your time to come here to a special session. Because if you're talking around Kubernetes, it's not enough. 25 minutes, 1 hour is not enough. So I try to go quickly to open the mouth around why network and security team need to see Kubernetes not like a black box. That's my intention. So this session has 2 parts. Okay, you have 20 to 5 minutes, and if you want, quick run out of the way or rest for the second part. Why try follow what is necessary around C in this option? Why are need network and security teams talk and see and learn what is Kubernetes network and security? This is not new because last year I delivered the same 2 sessions to Barcelona. I don't know, was selected in the top 22 for the last year. So I guess was something new or interest for the people. So repeat and update some information. And if something go on to see more details, it's not only that I isolate, but in this session, it's not talking about Tanzu. It's any vanilla Kubernetes, but in the context of VMware, of course, the runtime is Tanzu. So you have other options to see that details and see especially when you go deploy things. It's just for context. First, when you're talking now, I remember to see the session before around BBF, again BCF. In both cases, you have the runtime Tanzu included. It's a big difference because in the case BBF, it's not solved the problem and networking security outside the cluster. When you're talking about BCF, you have a lot of things because you have NSX to deliver some external connectivity load balancer. So, reminder, it's possible in that case, but specifically in network security, it's not the same. So you need to define what is the best option for you. And when talking about what is bimodal IT, when I say bimodal IT, I talk in the possibility to use VMware Cloud Foundation for run maybe VMs, normally maybe in 2 different size and high ability. But when you're talking around Kubernetes, the idea is not extend both sides. Note, the last version of VFIR now supports the edge cluster. But in the concept to Kubernetes, it's not a good way because you have a lot of restriction in that case. So the best thing is to VMs, maybe storage cluster is okay. To the Kubernetes, no, because the idea is different. So it's not copying and paste the same solution to VMs to Kubernetes. It's possible running together, yes, but the architecture is different. And it's possible running with VCF? Of course. It's possible running Tanzu Grid or vSphere Tanzu has a control, the last name, VMware Kubernetes service. Doesn't matter. It's a runtime running VMware Kubernetes. And when you're talking that, please, the same concept you have a wrong operational model cloud to the VMs is possible and needed taking the same to the Kubernetes. So it's possible good fit in both cases. With VCF, you start in the runtime. Of course, in a Kubernetes world, you need more things, maybe not only runtime, and that is the idea with the Tanzu platform. So it's possible combined, and again, my intention today is not go this topic, but and again, you have recipes to works around that things included in the VCF, and you have a specifically VMware validated solution to developer ready. So it's possible build around cloud foundation with VMware Tanzu Kubernetes Grid, a bimodality in this mixed world. It's possible, yes. And again, it's a cloud operational model for two types of workloads. And when you are talking about that, for example, it's just an example. It's possible more new session this year on how use this release. For example, and now when you're talking about database, it's possible run in dataset manager in VMware Cloud Foundation, or it's possible still running the database in legacy mode and VMs. Both options are possible, but in that case, my application is bimodal. I have database in VM format and the application by itself running Kubernetes. So I need cover both cases. When I lost, for example, a pod, it's covered for the Kubernetes by itself and recovery, or when you lost completely a VM, a worker, is a VM recovery with HA, or when you lost the completed site, you have another option for database and additional things around global load balancer to define what is my active solution sites. And when you're talking around that, it's also include AVI in that solution because you need a load balancer for the VMs, a load balancer for Kubernetes, Ingress normally or gateway API, and also the global load balancer to define what is working. It's the same concept. You have, and again, two different sides, no stretch side for a Kubernetes, and you have something global load balancer to define maybe active standby, maybe active. The problem outside the infrastructure is how sync the database between both sides. It's an application problem. Data service manager can you help or another solution and running in the same concept. So, and again, VCF for the infra. To create maybe with Tanzu Kubernetes Grid, the cache. And above that, you need load balancer, you need global load balancer, and it's possible to use AVI in the same concept. The same AVI load balancer to VM is possible to use to Kubernetes. And again, you have a cloud, private cloud to that big model IT. Please go more information, but that is the idea. Okay. Now, starting to talk any flavor for Kubernetes. When you're starting, okay, I need learning Kubernetes. Okay, starting, what project you prefer? Not enough? No worry, you have other more. No worry, you have more information. And in the end, this is your feeling. Yeah, the Kubernetes framework or the landscape is bigger. So start a small place, just the Kubernetes cluster. Yes, I know exists a lot of other projects, but we need to start slow. When you think that you have a lot of things around VMware technology, touch network and security to Kubernetes. What is the idea? The same concept you have layer 2, layer 3, distributed firewall, load balancer, and you talk normally in VCF, you have the equivalent to the Kubernetes. Not the same. Not because I have a hammer, everything is a nail. It's the same concept, but the tool can be, it's possible, different. And that is the parameter to see what is the status in each place. You have the EAS layer, the VCF, and then have the CAS layer, the Tanzu Kubernetes Grid, and above, extension service, Tanzu Service Mesh, or Tanzu Platform. So you build this problem in layers. And each layer has a capability and focus. Doesn't mix, please, thinking in layer. And that is a more easy way for the brain to taking this abstraction together, because abstraction is equal to Kubernetes. And that is the part in the brain that can handle that. For example, normally you have an ES fabric for the connectivity. You need something to networking and security inside the cluster Kubernetes, the CNI. Of course, you have other things for storage. It not included idea, but exists there. And you have necessary for load balancer inside the cluster Kubernetes and outside with the work. And maybe you have an application in different cluster Kubernetes, and you need connect like data center interconnect. And that concept, for example, is service mesh. In VMware flavor this, the ES layer, NCX, VCF now, and RIA, like the CNI inside Kubernetes cluster, AVI to load balancer locally and global ingress in the flavor of the Kubernetes, and Tanzu Service Mesh for that like data center interconnect. First, Antria. Antria is CNI from VMware. It's an open source project. Yeah? An open source project. So it's possible running in different flavors and space, included public cloud. Yes, of course. Included other runtimes, Kubernetes. Yes. Antria is CNI, just a CNI. Of course, it's default CNI to Tanzu, Kubernetes Grid, but it's possible running in other flavors. You see, and the thing good around Antria, because it's an open project support from VMware but Broadcom, you have some integration or touch point with the rest of VCF. And for example, something is working to do because it's going in the evolution inside. You have different things to solve, to fix, to provide to the Kubernetes. And maybe an assign IP address to the board loads, normally VMs workers. You have need to define how the people see outside the world my pods in my cluster Kubernetes, and how handle this pod can or cannot talk with another pod, like distributed firewall. And that evolution goes in different way to take a more full vision what is needed from the IT. My traditional requirement to VMs translate now to Kubernetes. And also, the open source project is just CNI. But in the case you're running Antria inside VCF, it's possible to integrate with NSX and use NSX Manager to see or to define how the pods talking together, like a distributed firewall. You have a lot of details. I don't go details because the brain exploded, but you have something component inside the cluster Kubernetes to define the control, the data plane, how that pod talking with another pod, For example, the same concept of overlay network exists in NCX, exists in CNI, and the same unique protocol is possible use. So it's possible to start something abstraction in the VMs with NCX is very, very close in that case. And if you like starting on kubectl to see what happened inside that magic world or black box, you have actions, you have visibility, and you have points. Really, what is Andrea? How work Andrea inside? Normally, in CNS requirement to the CNI, you have the network policy. The network policy talking inside what happened inside the cluster and how the post talking in between, similar a distributed firewall in the vSphere environment. But the Andrea goes beyond that. It's not only the security inside the cluster, so inside the cluster plus another option to see what happened around. For example, I have pods. Normally, the pods are not routable. The IP assigned is inside the cluster Kubernetes. The only IP I see normally is the IP networker. But my question is, I have this pod here is possible because it's like the expression is cow versus pets in the Kubernetes world. This is cow. That pod, clean up a new pod. That pod, clean up. A question is, in what worker that pod exists, and what is the IP externally see? And TRIA is possible to define a single IP for one namespace, for example. So doesn't matter the pod running, the outside world see the same IP always. Typical problem, external firewall. How do you remember the row around the scheme, the database in VM format? How the application goes through firewall to access the database, open for any IP, or maybe one specific IP for that space for that application. Doesn't matter where's the pod running inside my cluster Kubernetes. Also, and then when you go to the load balancer, you have challenger in the traditional load balancer for stateless, stateful, and cookie, and layer 4, layer 7. And TRIA provides some mix to improve in that. It's not possible, it's possible in other contexts, yes, but TRIA have a special way, no port local, sorry, to say more easy and stateful connectivity with that pod. And again, you don't know where is the pod running, but you need consistent for the rest of outside world. And that is the idea with TRIA. In the end, you have two layers to work. The Kubernetes platform operations, the CRI, usually working in the EAS and the CAS. And above, you have DevOps teams, what deploy the application. And it's possible running TRIA in different Kubernetes environment, Tansu, of course, but another runtime possible. And at the same time, it's possible to integrate with AVI. And again, doesn't matter what is Kubernetes runtime. And of course, it's possible to integrate NCX to see that happen inside this world. So, okay, are different environment, but it's possible to combine in those worlds. Example, this is NSX console. And in this console, you're starting to see clusters. You start the information about, you see the pods, the namespace directly. And I see that object in NSX. What happened possible? Go to define rules. It's possible to define NSX security groups. Yeah. It's possible to a distribute firewall. Remember my network policy like a distribute firewall. It's not my idea. It's that concept. So if you have NCX, it's possible that integration to starting, maybe not defined by itself the rules, but starting to see the rules, to starting to see the source for the pool, but thinking in Kubernetes objects, because doesn't matter the IP inside that object. The same abstraction in the Kubernetes, move it to distributed firewall and aligning both boards. And includes, for example, trace flows. The classic trace flow you have to the classic network. With Antrea, it's possible to take the same concept. So the network and security teams, okay, yeah, it's different, but it's possible see what happened inside that. In the end, Antrea, and again, you have the possibility to handle the network policy inside the pod, but in the same time, put in the context in the private cloud, assign point of control to different teams, include the network and security EST. Note, still to do because it's in preview. I checked it with the people yesterday. But the same concept in the distributed firewall evolution, the VDFN firewall to VDFN firewall with ATP include IDS, IPS. In Antrea, you had preview for IDS. Yes, it's repeat the same concept in a different environment. You like this? Really? Is the moment? Is you want? Go ahead.